whole time. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're making a bit of progress. How long is that into the stream? 3 minutes. But yeah, so we're making a bit of progress. I need to work on the primarily got the eye. I need to fix that to make sure that's lining up correctly, because the inside of the eye and this outer corner isn't lining up. This side, I think it's not perfect, but it's close enough for me to not really mind that much. This side's really bothering me. We need to move this hairline stuff forward. Not forward, sorry. We need to move this back, but also kind of pull back the rest of this stuff as well to get that gap. And then we just got a few like kind of bold spots to fill out and kind of fix the silhouette in a few of these areas. But it's nothing too major. It's starting to get there. But yeah, I'm going to get back into what I was about to do before I realised my microphone was muted, rather embarrassingly. So let's set that to absolutely no diffuse. And then let's fix the model. So let's go into ref cam for you. Well, we can probably check the high res, see if that's any better for us. View, camera tools, 2D band zoom. I know it's not going to line up, but it might be close enough. So what I'm going to have to do here is hide XGen. I need to duplicate the head. Just call this blend shape. Cool. And what I can do is just solo that in the camera. Oh, let's do it with the correct camera, shall we? And hide you for the meantime. Right, so. Oh, I got the wrong camera again, didn't I? Alright, where's the high res? There it is. I don't know how well this will line up. It's actually not lining up in this one as well, that's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's helpful. So, we can close you to get a bit more screen space. We can move you way over. Yeah, we just need to fix this area here, and that one as well. So let's just go in. I guess we can kind of refine the whole shape a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is unlock the geo layer. I'm going to turn off selection highlighting in this view. And I think something else I should do is just show the eyelid. Literally just the shelf. If I do that, I might get a bit better of a read. There we go. So what I can do now is just push and pull this around in the 3D view and watch this view. So let's check this corner first. That was like it was actually sculpted down at some point. Also looks like the eye is intersecting it a bit too much. Get that a little bit closer. And we've just got a few areas like this one. So the eye's in the wrong place a little bit there. That doesn't stop this still being wrong. Probably line up the eyelid a bit better, right? trying to fix this in the 3D view. That doesn't seem right to me. Let's grab these faces. Sometimes it's just good to use your intuition and do what you know is more likely to be right. Granted, never trust intuition over ref, but you know. So, select you, then you, go to deform, blend shape, and I can hide you. Too much of a bump there. Solo you again. Bit of a divot just there. Let's try that again. I'm also going to save my scene as an alt version. And there's something I want to check. So if I go into FKA twigs, groom, if I go to the bottom, is there a .xgen file? There is, okay. Because I've always thought, I don't know where I got it from. I know I've got it from somewhere, but I've always thought that saving with xgen hidden, like actually hidden in the outliner, stops it from saving that .xgen. So I don't know where I've got that from. Deform, blend shape, and hide you, and do that, and delete the history. So now when I show the grooms, I'll probably need to update there we go. Did that update all of it? Did. Cool. It says that done. It's one down. Let's go to refcam. Hairline. So now, I didn't click that for some reason. So now we just need to have that start to match. So it needs to go up even more. It's actually quite surprising. Okay. So you need to be aimed backwards. Put this over that way. And then pretty much all of these should go up, right? Yep. It needs to go up to about here. So let's do that. What I need to do for this is use a really big brush and just push them up like that. So these guys just need to go into the braid. Which means really I should remove them from this groom. Let's just try for now. I'm gonna put lock length on. Lock length is on. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's just do that in 3D view. Obviously I'll shorten these guides if I find I can, but for now just push that in there. What's his hairline responsible for? Camera tools. How was that? Oh, that's the bounce card. Oh, let's turn that down. Sorry about that. There we go. Right, so back into here. I need to remove you. So, how am I going to fill these holes? One thing I'm wondering if I can do is like, I mean, I know I can, but I'm wondering in a bit more depth than that. If I can have hairs cross over and if that will fix this. Because to me that looks more pronounced than it actually is. Well, I kind of see it. Come on. The dome light sometimes gets in the way so much. Come on. There we go. Add controls. See if that will help. That might be enough to hide it. I've always been the type where if I can hide it with something hacky, I'd rather do that than build it from the ground up, you know? I think that'll fix it. So the next thing to do was to get these guys to view. I can't see shit. That's because it was up here, not down there. Okay. So it's this thing that needs to go up. Or does that mean that all of these guides should be going over the Hello man, how you doing? I think all these guides should be going over the braid. Does that mean I've built my guides wrong? Apparently so. Apparently all these are supposed to be going over the braid. Oh, hello. How are you set? It's so sensitive. Why? Okay, we can't use rotate with stuff select on multiple guides. It gets very confused. Am I the only one here? Well, there's apparently 2 viewers right now. So you're one of the only ones here. There is always hope for the future. Right, so. It's actually pretty close already with that general soft select movement. Have to check that out. Let's go into render cam. Let's do a quick IPR with that. I've got a feeling that hole is going to look way worse than this one. I'm going to post, I just realized I haven't posted the stream. I haven't posted the stream to Facebook yet. That'll be one of the reasons people aren't here. Right. Once this render's started, unless it looks awful, I'm going to go back into Mari. While this starts a render, I'm just going to run and grab a drink. So I'll be back in 1 second. Oh, did I deactivate my light? That's what the issue is, isn't it? Forgot to unhide the render layer. Oh, I can delete you as well now. So let's show this plane. I'm going to put that into my render group. And I'm going to show my render group. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, come on, render, do your thing. It does take its time sometimes, doesn't it? Granted, it's only 30 seconds in, but still. Hey Ian, how you doing? We'll see how that region of the hair looks. If it looks awful, then I'll fix it, and if it doesn't look awful, then I can kind of go back into Mari and just update the textures. Not bad, dude. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I've started work on the flip normals tutorial, which is nice. I've started making an asset for people to groom. So making a general presentation scene. I got permission to show stuff as well. In fact, I've got a render on my desktop. I got permission to show stuff as long as I'm not literally giving away lessons, which obviously I'm not gonna. So I'm making like a mannequin head type thing for people to groom. And I'll be walking through the process of grooming this. I figured a mannequin head kind of gives a lot of variety. This is just a general block out. I'm going to be refining it a lot more to make it look quote unquote photoreal, hopefully, so that people can groom stuff and have a render scene. Using one of my HDRs as well, which I'll probably give away as part of the course, so people can have this exact scene to show their grooms with. Still figuring out how I want to present everything though. This area is a bit fucked. This area is pretty bad. Alright, so let's fix those quickly and then go back into Mari. So let's go into XGen, grab you. So yeah, I just need to figure out a nice presentation. Because I don't like, you know, since it's going to be a paid product, I don't like the idea of just giving something away that I could do in no time. So I really want to make quite a nice scene that people can present stuff with, but I also want to make it at least somewhat functional. Like obviously, like presentation scenes like that are always going to be kind of showy for the sake of it sometimes, just kind of part of them. But I do want it to have some function, or at least be helpful to people. You know, I want everything to be proper topology and that sort of stuff, so as kind of a side thing, people can check that out if they buy the course for grooming. Obviously, like I'll be mentioning in tutorial, that professional presentation doesn't have all these fancy, flashy lighting and shaders. It's just, you know, grey background and all that sort of stuff. That's how we present stuff in industry. Well, some studios use proper fancy lighting setups. It depends on the studio, to be honest. But yeah, so I've started work on the kind of setup stuff for the tutorial. And then at some point soon-ish, I don't know when, because this weekend I'm occupied and next weekend and the weekend after I'm in Belfast. So for the next 3 weeks, I probably won't actually be able to properly start anything. I'll probably be writing scripts while I'm away. That's pretty considerate to include. Yeah, I just feel like if someone's gonna pay for a course, I need to make it worth the money. Because the thing is, like, yeah, I'm doing like an introduction to XGen, and it's for Flip Normals. You know, it's for their platform. It's something that's not been done there before, but you know, it's there's loads of intros to XGen out there, like loads and loads and loads of them, including the one on my website, which is free. But you know, that's kind of part of the thing for me is, okay, so we're making a paid course. How much shit can I include in this course in the amount of time I'm allowed that isn't overly talked about? And how many free resources can I give? So I'm going to give away some of my personal HDR stuff that you can't get online. Make, you know, a nice presentation scene for you to play with if you want to. Just like all that sort of stuff. Obviously, I don't want to overpromise stuff on the stream because I haven't even started making it yet, but those things I know I'm going to make. Hey Rob, how you doing? Let's pull this in. This is way too many CVs on that one. Let's rebuild that to 6. See, I don't like this shape. The shape's really gonna bother me. I might rebuild all of these to like 8, and I can fix the roots after. But I need to get like a nice shape in this. So let's just do, I don't care if it's matching ref, I just want to get something that's a pretty shape. Can you share pricing info or no? That's not decided by me, so I can't share that. I don't think it's known. I don't think it will be known until I've finished the course, to be honest. But yeah, like obviously, like with it being paid, I don't want to kind of scam people by doing stuff that I've done for free before. So I will be including stuff I've not kind of talked about that much. Granted, I'm sure if you go through the hundreds of hours of stream, they probably would have mentioned a majority of it, but that requires then going through like hundreds of hours of streams, which very few people have time for. Don't like these shapes. Really don't like this shape. I need to figure out what to do with this. That's not a great shape either. I think I'm kind of tied with this a little bit. Like, it needs to go from here to there. I don't have a choice in that. There's only so many nice shapes you can do over a long like space like that. Hi Andrea, first time seeing you in the stream, I think. Welcome to the stream. Something like that. And then I need to add some more guides for this area back here. So let's do a quick pass on that. Add a guide right there. Let's rebuild that to, I guess 5 will do in this area. Something like that. It doesn't need to be fancy, just needs to match what we have next to it. And let's add a guide there too. Oh, that's blue. That's still blue. Okay. I must have just missed the other region, so I'm not gonna bother fixing it. I'm sure I'm literally millimeters from it. Yeah, there we go. So let's just go through and do that. I don't know what's going on with the guides over here. Build. Cool. So, why are you going that way? Should be more like that. Just rebuilding that did what I needed. Sometimes going too high on a CV count is such an issue. Discovered your channel yesterday. Well, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you found it, I guess. Let's rebuild this. If you have any questions, don't be afraid of asking. I'm perfectly happy to answer whatever you want to. As long as it doesn't break like contract NDAs and that sort of stuff, I'm happy to answer. This tangent's kind of horrible. I don't want to delete that guide actually. He's not serving a purpose there. He'd be more helpful here, for example. And let's get a guide over here as well. Rebuild you. So I was doing guide clumping on this guy, right? So I'm going to need to regenerate my guide clumps now. So let's go into our modifiers. We just need to regenerate this one. Cool. Now we just need to resave these ones. Nothing should have really changed, to be honest. But yeah, it's still worth regenerating them. This will very slightly affect how the hair acts at the back, which we can't see, but it doesn't matter. This channel is the only way. Oh, message retracted. All right, I'll let you retract it. I'm going to play complete the sentence. This channel is the only way I can judge people from lockdown. Is probably the correct sentence. This channel is the only reason I'm retaining any Maya knowledge. That's cool. I'm glad you found it helpful, man. Right, so we're going to need to fix that guide right there, aren't we? That's literally all you need sometimes, just to like kick it out. There we go. I'm going to grab this guide, and although this isn't probably accurate, I'm going to pull this forward. Get some nice shapes there. Pull it in a little bit as well. I'm also going to just kick out the root. Need to be careful how much I do that, just because obviously I'm going to cover the space behind it. There we go. And we just need to close that guy. Which, how can we do that? Where are you coming from? Oh, you're coming from there. I've got a huge bald patch here, which I probably need to address. If I do that, maybe. Yeah, let's just grab you. Rebuild you as well. And once I've done this like guide, or well, a few guides, I guess, I'm gonna go into Mari. I know I've said that a few times, but I really will. So just grab that. That'll do. There's no guides around here, I think. There's a guide there. There's just not enough guides, is my problem. Rebuild you. Let's go to 6. 5 isn't really enough. Not for nice S shapes anyway. So we need to go into modifiers, regenerate the guide clumping again. Guide. I don't know why those move every time, because I've not got any transforms on the object. Cool. So that'll do for block out. I'll say block out. We're past block out. But okay, let's do a super quick test render with that. I've got a feeling this area is still going to be looking super bold. I might just crank the density in that region just to kind of fake it. So let's do a quick IPR of that, and then we can do a another pass in Mari. Although I've moved the model about, I'm still going to keep the model in Mari just because the UVs haven't changed, and what I'm going to be doing isn't based on, I'm not going to be texturing anything new. I'm basically just going to be oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck. Just brightening the whites in some areas, making the pinks pinker. Basically just adding contrast to the colours. Because that's what's missing from my textures, and I don't need the new model to make that change. Arguably, I could even do it in something like Nuke. I'm not going to do that because I want to hand paint it, but we'll see how that goes. I want to have another look into my textures XYZ stuff as well. This is awesome. Thank you, Andrea. Very appreciated. Andrea, if you have if there's anything you want to ask about like kind of the lead up in this project, because obviously there's 31 parts now. I think we passed 91 hours on the last stream. So rather than have you like scroll through the whole thing, just let me know if there's any questions you have, and I'm more than happy to kind of go through. Not necessarily demonstrate it because that might take time depending on what it is, but I'm happy to talk about the process. Because I don't want to have to force you to go through go back and watch potentially hundreds of hours worth of shit just to find the one thing you're looking for. It'd be unfair. Let's delete that. So that helps quite a lot. That's good. Still got a hole back here. I think that's from the actual braids themselves. And how's the eye looking compared to? Let's keep the eyebrow in there as well. Actually, let's render that section and delete you. I just want to see how. Yep. See now that I noticed it, I don't know how I didn't see this earlier. Like that looks really bad. I don't know how I didn't see that earlier. It's probably going to be the same thing occur on this side later, where I'll look at it again and be like, no, that's a bigger difference than I remember. This is actually objectively worse than it was last time. I need to get some more even coverage here. I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. Maybe just paint the guide clumping to only affect at the front, and then at the back I can just have hairs fill it. But yeah, so I'm going to kill that. Save you. Don't worry, Andrea. I apologize about my accent. Right, so Mari. Update license. I don't know if it shows any IPs or anything if you click update license. Mari is now licensed. Cool. Launch. Mari non-commercial is an absolute godsend. Obviously I don't use it for freelance because that would be illegal, but for like personal projects it's fantastic. Well, that's close up. Right, let's see if we can remember the remember everything. Right, so I need to make a brighten layer. So let's move you over here. I'll create a merge, and let's start with the white regions. So let's say, is it just the cheeks? I need to check the renders for this. Yeah, so it's mainly the cheeks and the nose. They're a little bit brighter, and I don't think it's lighting because the value here is, maybe it is lighting. Oh, I don't know. That's really hard to tell. Granted, there's still not enough contrast regardless of what it is. I don't think it's lighting. I think I need to brighten this up and darken that. This is my first year studying 3D animation, but I really like to improve character designing. I'm trying to improve my skills. Yeah, no. Welcome to the CG industry. Get used to Maya crashing because it's going to happen a lot. But other than that, it's quite a lot of fun. Like, the community most of the time is really good. Not all the community is great, but majority of the community want to help. So I recommend joining Facebook groups if you have Facebook. What would be a good one? And it's 3D modeling and animation, which has most members. I think it's like 150,000 members, and you can get occasionally good feedback there, so that could be worth checking out for you. Right, we need to brighten the cheeks, so do that. So merge, we're just going to call this cheek whiten. I don't know if that's how you spell it. It's probably not, is it? And then I'm just going to create a color node, plug you into over. Beautiful. And then I need to find a nice tone for you. Something like that. And then I'm going to create a paint node. Default black. I'm going to call it cheek brighten. Right, let me check. Do I have a node back here that's doing any of this? Skin pale. Could it be worth using you? It's probably worth me using you. So let's delete this. And use skin redness. So I can use skin redness, maybe not skin redness, but skin pale I can definitely use. So what I'm going to need to do is paint incredibly subtly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off, to be honest. I'm going to get the high-res reference up as well. Load recent. Yeah, it's just a little bit more contrasty than mine. It's got a soft edge though, which is helpful, really helpful. I just need to check if I've got. It's not running. Okay. Put you up there, I guess. So let's see. Oh, the pale is actually darker. Yeah, the pale is darker than what I need. So I do need to make a cheek brighten. It's really not far off though. I don't know why it's not showing up in... Oh, it's this just needing to be darker, isn't it? The skin tone is bright enough. So it's just this needs to be darker. So we need to make a skin darken. I just need to fix this because that's still really bad. Okay, so let's make a skin darken. Let's put it here. In fact, I'm going to put it after the hair removals. In which case, should I put the hair removals before this stuff? No, let's do merge. Skin dark. Color. I'll be replacing it with a noise later, like cloud. And that color needs to be... Can I color pick from you? So I need to get like that tone. And I'm going to make that a little bit darker and less saturated. Cool. Now let's create a paint node. And we're just going to call this ISO skin darken. Alright, so let's go forward to you. View this guy. So I need to be careful how I do this because every brush stroke I do is going to remove detail. I guess I can get a brush like the vascular brush won't work. Put you over here. So we could use that. Obviously this is too dark, but we'll resolve that in a second. I think my I need opacity on the brush. Well, let's reduce the flow. Alex CGIR, how often Maya crash? Blender does not. Oh no! it's the Blender guys. Maya crashes often if you are doing things wrong. Sorry man, I don't mean to laugh at the whole Blender thing, but it's a meme. So I can't help it when I see it in the wild. Blender will crash when you start pushing its limits though. All softwares do. Any computer software will crash. So I'm gonna bake that and I'm gonna change the color. Obviously that's too dark, but now we can go in and adjust the color. So let's see what this does. Less saturation, no, more saturation? More saturation. And less value, no, more value. Something like that. Oh, that's good to me. Okay, so now we just need to add am I painting out? I'm painting out. There actually is a little bit of an outline here. It's actually quite sharp in areas. Do you stream on Twitch too? No, I just stream on YouTube for now. Maybe one day. I mean, loads of people have asked me to stream on Twitch. I just can't be bothered. I had a Twitch account years ago, then deleted it. So I feel like I now need to set up a new email to use it or something. Right. What about the other side? Well, I do need to brighten up the cheek on that side. Oh, the muzzle as well. That area needs darkening, right? Well, again, not really. I think that's more cheek brighten. Let's check the top eyelid. Top eyelid needs to be a lot darker. Okay, so let's darken this area up. Although that's not actually darker at this point. Yeah, I mean, people have said that I'd probably get more audience on Twitch. I think the only reason I do it exclusively on YouTube at the moment is one, simplicity, and two, uploads stay there permanently, whereas Twitch, it gets rid of your uploads after a while. I think they stay up for a month and then it gets rid of them. And I want the videos to stay up permanently. I want them to be a resource later. Although if it turns out I'm wrong on that, then I'll jump to Twitch pretty quickly. I need to make that skin brighten, don't I? So skin. Skin, I'm just going to call this, let's say, cheek white. Getting really warm in my room. I'm going to turn a fan on. Let me know if the sound of air gets really annoying, because I don't know how much the microphone picks it up. It's just getting really warm in here, and I've got the door closed because my neighbour's on the balcony and she's talking, so I don't want that in the background too much. Right, so cheek white. Let's delete you. Create a new paint node. ISO cheek white. And then set you to be so it was this side, right, that needs brightening. Yeah, it needs a little bit more brightness here and here. You kind of see like a bit of discoloration just here. Okay, so obviously that's strong, but we can pick a better color soon. Although I'm going to really struggle to do this without losing the freckles. So maybe I just need to go over it with a big brush and then remove the freckles after. So let's do this for now. So, what does that do? Oh, not you. Bit much, maybe? Maybe better then to paint this in full. Like this. And just play with the opacity on the actual layer. maybe a bit too white. It's gonna be subtle. It has to be really subtle for it to work. And then it was this area here. I need to change the actual tone as well. I think I need a bit more saturation. Do you use Substance Painter? Yes, I do, but not on organic stuff. So what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of saturation to that colour. Let's see how well this goes. There we go. It's subtle, but it's there. So what else was needed? There's the lips, right? Lip pinken. So, where is it? Freckles repaint, so I need it to be before that. Let's create a merge. Lip pink. And then we need a color node. Beautiful. Then for that we need this color pick with you. Paint. Cool. And then we just need to darken it up using this. So let's start with the brute force approach and just paint solid on top of this and play with opacity. Let's see if that works. We can play with the color as well. I feel really bad now for laughing at that blender thing earlier, but the meme just follows me everywhere. Cool, so we got that. Let's try playing with this. So that might be all we need, literally just that. I think that legit might be fine. So let's view this. And then it's the ears. This needs to be like really dark red. Again, let's just consult the almighty reference. Yeah, definitely more red, especially on the inside of the ear. So I've got a skim redness back here somewhere. There it is. So we're going to need a soft brush for this, aren't we? In fact, no, let's stay with a textured brush. So I need to, I think my colors are going to need to change. My light color is too light. Dark color is fine. Yeah, I think the light color is just too light. So let's change this and go to U. And I think value, a little bit of saturation. So he's now closer, which means I'm going to need to play about U a little bit. There we go. Alright, so a little bit of redness on top of the eye there. There's like a little line of red just here. So let's add that in a little bit. Is it getting painted over? It's getting painted over by the stuff later. Why are you so grey? Was that so grey before? I'm going to try to blend that in with that skin whiten that we did. I think I should just add a paint layer at the absolute top, and I can just do whatever I want in. So let's do that. Merge. So this can be an overall, like, final painting layer. And I'm probably going to go back on this, so I'm not going to worry too much about it being perfect. Let's go color, alpha set to 0. Cool. I'll drag this onto my other screen, just so I've got some more screen space. Right, so cool. Got that in place. Let's just fade that in. So what I'm doing right now is pretty gross, but it will get me the result that I want, which is to soften this in. I'm going way off pipeline with this stuff now. Do that for a second. Let's go into clear and just soften that back in a little bit. All this layer is doing is blending this sort of stuff in. That's gonna change the way my lighting feels, isn't it? So I had a little bit of lighting kind of in my textures. This stuff is just so dark, but it's technically correct. Although I do need to do like a desaturation run on the hairline, or on the inside of the head, so let's just do that now. I need to do the redness on the back of the ears, it's kind of gross. So let's go and do that redness pass. Back here doesn't feel fleshy in the slightest, which is an issue. In hell, even just doing that like is enough for it to feel a bit better. Still not good, but at least it doesn't feel like dead flesh, which is what it did feel like. There we go, something like that. Oh, get rid of you. It's like a little lipstick mark. I just realised I'm painting. Oh no, I've been painting. Oh god, okay. I've been painting a colour into my ISO map. I have no idea how that interacts, so I'm going to have to go through and repaint that because I don't trust it. So we're just going to view this. Right, okay. Let's go in this out. I need to replace it with white. I don't just want to do a desaturation after the paint node, because that's horrible. Is there a way to set a paint node to be just... It should be, right? Let me try this. Paint. File space. Color space. I guess that would be raw data, wouldn't it? Scalar data. That's what it would be. Okay. A bit late. Okay, so we just need to paint this with white. And then I'm just going to repaint afterwards, after the fact. Yes, I know, it's just gone to the front of the face again. Is it easy just to undo loads? Nodes are complicated. Nodes are complicated, but you get used to them. Don't worry. God, the length of the undo queue in Mari is an absolute blessing. There we go. Right, so I just need to make sure I'm still painting. Yeah, I am. So, let's go back to that front section. The thing is, nodes look complicated, but they're actually really simple. It's just a case of, if you know how layers work in Photoshop, it's literally the same thing. It just looks very different. It's just a case of finding where you need to be. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. And you said this is your first year, you know, I started learning CG in like 2012. Technically my first animation was like back 2008, which is something I actually didn't really tell anyone until last Monday, I think. Because I like in 2008 I picked up a software called Endorphin, which is it's a character animation tool, not software, and it's really good at doing characters that kind of automatically interact with stuff. You know, give it a set of rules and it'll produce really convincing looking animation. And that was the first like 3D software I ever used, and that was 2008. Then I didn't do anything for 4 years because I just gave up and thought it wasn't good enough and all that sort of stuff. Just kind of got bored of it because I struggled. And then I started at college and did 2 years there, then university for 3 years, and now industry for 3 years. So I've been doing this for 8 years now, and nodes can still occasionally trip me up, like isn't like thinking of them the wrong way. So don't worry about it. Like if you're in your first year, you've got a great excuse for not really getting nodes. Granted, some people just understand them straight away. I wasn't one of those people. I like node-based workflows now, but it's taken me kind of a long time to get comfortable with the idea of them, because they are very strange. Let's check my ref. Yeah, I think I'm adding too much red. I can paint it back out with the white layer, skin pale over here. Got so many like little texture seams in here. That S was brutal. I got quite a lot of little texture seams in here from my painting, which I would clean up in production, but this is not production. this is a personal project, and fun wears out after a while, so I don't want to spend time fixing all these tiny little things. This sort of stuff I want to fix though. Oh, this shadow, where's that coming from? Okay, it's coming from you. So I need to go in with the skin pale now. Go back over it a few times. There we go. So I want to give this a go. So here, we'll give that a go. What else do we need to do? Yep. I guess that's it for now. So let's export this. Export flattened. Export current channel flattened. Export all patches. Let that do its thing. Then I want to check my texturing XYZ stuff, and then I guess we should start doing spec maps. Oh. So let's go into RenderMan, Tools, Texture Manager. Let's pick a directory, texturing, FKA twigs, head, call. There we go, there's that done. Let's do a quick render of that. And I'm going to limit I'm going to limit Maya on the hard drive, the CPU usage, just because I'm running Mari at the same time. Set affinity. Currently Mari is using 20 gig of RAM, so I need to go in and quickly save that as well. Actually, save you, then gonna go close. Don't know why I have to close it to archive it, but archive projects, personal work, okay, twigs. That'll do its thing. And I guess while that's doing its thing, let's get into here and start a render. Aces color space in Maya. I'm not using Aces at the moment. You can use it, but I don't really have the pipeline set up for it, to be honest. In terms of like, Aces isn't something you just turn on. Like, you need to work with Aces the whole time. So I would have needed to, texture in Aces, color space in Mario. Would have needed to set RenderMan itself up. I mean, that's kind of it really, but I'd need to do a lot of extra work. Looks like it's gonna work. See, I've got no choice but just to let this render for longer, because I can't see what it's going to be doing, and I can't just switch it to diffuse because that will always look darker. So we've got a bit of a frustrating weight on our hands now. I can see more contrast here though, so that's good. And how about the lips? Lips are pinker, that's good. Maybe not enough yet, but we can get to that. I literally have no choice but just to watch us render. I guess while that's rendering, I can go into Mari and check out displacement, because I've got a feeling displacement's not doing what it should be doing. So let's check out my disp. Looks like it should be high res enough. I feel like I need to increase the strength of my displacement in Maya. Well, increase the strength of my skin displacement. How about the spec? I need to add the displacement into the spec as well. This is my skin spec map. I'm gonna get a displacement. Where's the displacement? Is that you? Yeah, that's disp. I'm gonna put you into a saturation, I guess. Turn that down to 0. Then I need to grade that. I guess I can do levels. Is there an auto levels? No. The way it works in this software never makes sense to me. So that's output level, this is input level. So I'm going to get that, and I'm going to merge that on top of my spec. So merge. Set this to multiply, I guess. Darken, multiply. So what this will do is basically we got less spec in the pores. I also got less spec in general, which means we need to change its levels a little bit. We also need to clamp it. How's it looking? Looks better to me. So now, what I'm going to need to do I'm going to export this map and see if this helps at all. I think it will. So let's export current channel flattened. Hey Akshat, how you doing, man? Export all patches. I know you already exist, that's fine. And what I need to do in Maya is I'm gonna hide this groom for a second. Cool. Actually, that's what I'm looking for. Cool. And then I need to set subsurface to nothing. So this will show me my spec. Exactly as it currently is. Then I'll reconvert the spec map and see if it helps. This might take a little bit of time. Yeah, removing Specular from the skin pores will help a little bit in enhancing the details. And then we can do a little bit of texture painting on the eye, I think. So I'm going to let this refine for a little bit. It should be pretty quick though, because it's just it's not even a diffuse surface, it's purely a reflective surface. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, man. Leave this going for like 1 more minute. I just want to make sure it's super clean. Guys, actually, why don't I just region around the one area? Get a super clean little region. Perfect. And we want to keep that. So let's go to Render Man, Tools, Texture Manager, pick Directory, and we want to regather the spec. And we'll render to see if that helps. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. Cool. And let's try doing an IPR with that now. It's just darkened it very slightly. It's not really made much of a difference. See, I'm not entirely sure what I need to do to get the skin spec to work. So I don't know how much of it is down to like the insanely flat lighting that we need. Let me check. I'm gonna check online. I'm literally gonna look for skin roughness map. Maybe searching WikiHuman would be better. In fact, no, WikiHuman it didn't really show it. Skin roughness map. Are there any good examples? Is that a roughness map? It's really nice work. Do they show their skin roughness map though? Cavity roughness zone. So their base roughness is 0.5, and then they're zoning it from there. Interesting. Let's give that a go. Well, I'm pretty sure my roughness is pretty close to 0.5 already. No, my roughness is way lower. Okay. Way lower. Do I have a clear coat as well? No, I don't. Okay, let's put that up to like 0.45. Run an IPR. Then I'll need a clear coat on top. I feel it's too flat to me now though. I mean, it needs a grease layer on top, but I'm gonna add a grease layer on top of that. So let's do a clear coat. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on my other screen. Temporarily won't be able to see what you guys are commenting if you put anything. So let's do a clear coat set to physical, refraction index of 0.335. Bit much maybe, but we'll see. It's like there. And then index of refraction. Add that very subtly on top instead. Getting that like double layer of spec is quite important. And reduce the roughness even more. of that clean layer. And once we go into a roughness map, what I'll do is I'll just multiply both of these by that roughness map. That's a bit better. Got that two-layered thing going on. So let's kill that. Bring Maya back over. We need you back, and we need you back. Let's save that scene as an alt version, and then preview render. No, IPR. Just don't need these anymore. See how this does. Sure, you have a question? What's the question? We need to refine that lip a little bit more. Oh, right, so do I let this render go in the background while I do Mario work? I guess I can do. It's not ideal, but yeah, let's do the lips. I'll leave it going in the background. If it crashes, it crashes. Call. I don't know how to explain it. I can't see the head textures in RenderMan. How is it you're trying to connect them? Because RenderMan is weird. Like, I guess I'll have to kill this render. Rip render. Is it in Maya? Go to the hypershade. Are you using the hypershade? Because you said you're new to 3D, right? You're doing your first year. Are you using the hypershade to set it up? I have the base color and the nodes connected, but I can't see the base color. I can't help without being shown your setup, because there could be so many things wrong that have broken it. But yeah, so there could be so many things that have broken it, so I really can't help without seeing your scene. I'm looking in the wrong area. There's freckles, there's lip. Let's view that. Okay. So I'm going to set that to more like there and paint back now. So I guess paint all this out again. Right, so we got that. So what areas needed darkening? There's mainly the inside edge of the lip. So let's do that first. So we can kind of see it, we just need to strengthen it. Let's how subtle does that line need to be? It's pretty subtle. And what about that area? It seems to be way more contrasty than I've got. To whiten that bit up. And the bottom lip needs to be so much redder. So, channels, call, export flattened. Yeah, so export flattened. Right, so back into Maya, render mount, tools, texture manager, and then I need to reconvert these basically. Reconvert. So just leave these to do their thing. There's a chance that the UI won't update properly. Looks like it's working. Just you and you and just you now. Apparently 8 of my textures haven't converted. Okay, so let's do an IPR with you. I'm also going to hide the groom. IPR. Oh. No. Something like that. No, I can't do that. Let's make the top of the lip redder. Bottom lip's getting close. I need to darken it up over here, and I also need to darken up this region a little bit more. Getting closer. So darker there, more pink in general, and darker around there. Okay. It's weird how much of a disparity there is between these two. I think the next project I do, I'm going to do one where I can hand paint everything again. Still need to decide what my next project is going to be. That's too much, isn't it? File, export, flattened. Reconvert channel 1. Oh, UDIM 1, sorry, because the first UDIM is the one that the lips are in. At least I'm pretty sure that's the first UDIM. Let's go to UV view. Yeah, it's the first one. Looks like it's converted. So let's just do a new render. Oh, it's ramping up. Alright, cool. Any general direction you want to head in the next project? No idea, mate. I want to do something. I don't even know what I want to do, like realism wise. Put that there. Like, I almost legit don't care what I do in the next project. I don't want to do another photoreal digital because it takes too long. But other than that, I'm kind of free to do what I want. This lip is starting to match pretty closely. Needs to be even deeper red in the middle though. And over here. Oh, that's mainly shadowing, I think. But let's do that. So deeper red here, and I guess the top lip a little bit more still? Yeah, top lip a little bit more. I mean, if there's any project suggestions you've got, let them be heard, because I'm happy to kind of not change in a new direction, because I don't really have a direction to go in right now. Right, so we just need to really darken this bit. Houdini project? Hell no, my dude. I'm not comfortable enough with Houdini to do a live stream project in it yet. I want to do stuff that's not like, you know, showreel or anything like that. I don't care about that. You know, I've got a job lined up. I'm not too worried about that stuff. But I do want it to be stuff that kind of lets me stretch in ways that my jobs won't let me stretch. So let's export flattened. In terms of like, the reason I'm doing these is because the reason I started these live streams is because at the moment at work I've not really had chance to like detail anything for a while or really work on something for a good amount of time. Just through the nature of like I'm doing a mix of previs work at the moment, and then my next job is at a kids animation studio. So although we'll be pushing quality, it won't be photorealistic quality. It'll be just like making materials that really give the right vibe is kind of the aim, I guess. So like, you know, you want to be able to make a material feel like the real thing, but you don't necessarily need to match every tiny detail. You just need to really make it feel right. Which I guess is probably the most difficult aspect of CG, is making something feel right. Because you can make stuff look right with relative ease, you just project it, but making stuff feel right and in like a stylized universe is kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to the challenge, but it's a different kind of challenge. So I do want my projects to still include, like, you know, with it being children's TV that I'm moving to, I'll want to do more grotesque stuff, I guess, in my free work. I'll do some animated style characters here or there, but I'm more worried about doing stuff that I wouldn't do at work, which is pretty much exactly what I'm doing at the moment. Is I'm doing stuff that I can't do at work at the moment. Oh, that's super cool. I don't know which bit you're referring to. But yeah. Oh, the stuff at the next studio. Yeah, it's they do some really cool stuff. They got some really nice shorts. It'd be nice to do stuff that's not my usual style. Like, you know, I do like to kind of change styles here or there. In hell, Dragon Boy, which is the first thing I streamed, and this are like, you know, polar opposites. I do like to test that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to having a job that's a little bit faster paced than what VFX was, and also gives me a chance to kind of refine. It's still like, it's faster paced, but still lets you refine stuff, because I'm not. The way I interpret it is I'm not going to get pixel fucked in a new job. Like, it's not going to be, or at least as often, it's not going to be, you know, oh, that hair is in the wrong place, move that. Oh, this is in the wrong place, move that. Like, it'll be more, again, the feel, getting things that feel right. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna get this over here. It's close enough for now for me to move on to the next thing. So the next thing, I guess, is the eyes, because the eyes are nowhere near right yet. So let's try doing... The whites of the eyes are off, and I've not quite been able to figure out what it is yet. Does getting pixel fucked improve your work, or is it super tedious? It improves your work, but it's more tedious than it's worth. Oh, I need the grooms for this, don't I? Because they'll be shadowing the eye. Yeah, no, getting pixel fucked, it doesn't enhance your skill. It improves the quality of the final asset, but really marginal amounts. Like, it really doesn't do much for you. It's why, like, I've never really liked when asset supervisors pixel fuck on stuff, because normally when they're pixel fucking one thing, there's something else that's much more important that's wrong. And they don't care. Like, you know, like supervisors do like, I mean, not all supervisors, but a lot of supervisors do love to get obsessed with one particular aspect of the work. I've been quite fortunate where I've had mostly supervisors that aren't like that. But I've seen some people just get like driven, as with any VFX studio, like really driven into the ground over one tiny detail. So the eye is still not in the right place. Although that's the it's not the lid now though, is it? It's the actual eye itself is too far out. At least I think that's the problem. To me, it feels like the eyeball shape on her isn't perfectly round. I mean, it's not perfectly round on anyone, to be honest. I think I might just kick off a render, like end of stream render. Yeah, I'm gonna kill that. So I know this is massively early, but I'm gonna kind of end the stream a bit earlier today. What I'll do is, as I said, I won't be able to stream on Saturday, so I'll try to. Hey Oscar, you've joined earlier today, but it's on the day in which I'm ending the stream earlier. Yeah, I feel like we've made decent progress. We can pick up the stream, so we can't do Saturday. I'll see if I can do tomorrow, fit in a bit of extra time. If not, then I'll do something on Sunday. And if not, then I'll do Monday and Tuesday back to back. So yeah, I just don't really feel like streaming for too long tonight. There's other stuff I kind of need to be getting on with as well. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this render going. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, Oscar, stop opening files, because there was a virus, a legitimate Autodesk virus thing not too long ago. let me see if I can find this. You're going to want to go onto this. I don't know if there's one for 3ds Max. I assume there is. But yeah, it is something you need to have running because there is like an Autodesk like file virus going around. They announced this back in April, I think. So if every 3ds Max scene you open is breaking, it's either, obviously it could just be something wrong with 3ds Max. It might be worth just reinstalling. But it's probably worth checking that out as well. Anyway, I'm going to have to head off. Oscar, good luck. Check out that Autodesk virus thing, maybe read into it a little bit. Don't touch any files, basically. Just don't touch anything at the moment. Look into that stuff first, because the more stuff you open, if it is the Autodesk virus thing, the more stuff you open, the more stuff it'll break. Again, the chance of it being that is pretty low, but the fact that you're saying you open stuff and it breaks immediately. Some stuff, some do and some don't. They get heavily corrupted. I can't even copy them into another disk. Yeah, that doesn't sound like 3ds Max just crashing. So I'd recommend make a backup of any file that hasn't already corrupted on a completely separate hard drive, and just try not touching any files for a while and look into that antivirus stuff, because like if 3ds Max itself is acting up, it wouldn't be corrupting everything. If it is, then maybe you can try reinstalling 3ds Max and see if that will help. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna head off, guys. But yeah, so I'll see if I can do an extra stream tomorrow. As I said, Saturday I won't be able to, so I'll see if I can do one tomorrow. If not, the next one will be either Sunday or Monday. But yeah, cheers for coming by though. We have made a bit of progress if I get the last one up. Obviously we've done mainly painting, but yeah, it's getting there. We're getting the contrast in. It's starting to work. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna head off, guys, but enjoy the rest of your night.